Hello, good evening, and welcome to Footy Corner. I'm Sparks, and this is Bez. We're both Arsenal fans, so obviously it's going to be Arsenal heavy tonight. But there we go. As I said, this is Footy Corner. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please make sure you're doing so. Like and share the video, and turn on that little bell notification. We are going to be live more and more as we come up with more content. But tonight, obviously, we're just talking about the Champions League game that's just gone. Obviously, the transfer market and the upcoming game against Wolves. So yeah, how we doing, Bez?
Good. Just trying to get my Arsenal mindset back on track again, I should say.
Yeah, so I understand you've been to a few of the games. So which ones have you been to?
Well, let's say this: Aston Villa last Saturday, United the week before, Newcastle the few days before that. So, a bit of an adventure, shall we say?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how far you have to travel, but I come from Brighton when it's on. So it's kind of a bit of a trek. And obviously, when you're doing the Wednesday evening, and then you got a game the Saturday, the Sunday, you got Tuesday, you got Saturday and Sunday. It's just mental. But yeah, 4 games on the BAMS. So I didn't go last night. I watched it on TV because I was probably going to get divorced. But yeah, I mean, although my missus was working, it was kind of a point that yeah, if I'd gone to one more and she got back from work and I wasn't here because I have to do dinner, then it probably wouldn't end very well at all. But there we go. It is what it is. So I don't know if you have problems like that or issues.
Not yet. But I have some technical difficulties on the side, but I can live with this moment.
Yeah, fair enough. So yeah, last night, what did you make of the starting lineup? First of all, I guess.
As you know, I only watched the highlights. I mean, he rotated, makes sense. He dropped Partey. I was impressed they put more Rice, more attacking, shall we say, rather than just bat at the back.
Yeah, obviously played him in the 8, didn't he?
Yeah, it was more suitable for him. I think that's more Rice essentially to attack more than just to do other things.
Well, by his comments after the game, it definitely sounds like that's what he expects of him.
Yeah, because he wanted like a proper attacking midfielder rather than just someone who's going to just cover all that by himself. Like Rice can do all that by himself.
Yeah, but I mean, isn't he more? I don't know. I guess more efficient in the 6. That's obviously where he's played most of.
Efficient, you could say, but also he's more. How can I say more? How can I say more attacking midfielder in my eyes rather than just a defensive midfielder, right?
So you think he's more cut out for the 8 rather than the 6?
More for 8 than 6, yes.
Oh, okay, fair enough. So when supposedly, I mean, we're skipping ahead now, but when supposedly Zubimendi comes in, that's where you see his future being, as in Rice.
Yeah, but it'll be something like how they perceive the 1 second. Sorry, had an intruder. I tried to keep my straight face, but it was easy. Anyway,
Okay,
I would say there'll be a doubt in his future, but also God knows what happened with Partey, what Partey will be. Well, I think we'll see a lot of rotation in that side of it. But right now, present moment, I think Rice can just focus on his own game. He does a good turn when he turns up. He's not expected to be brilliant every game for that price. Of course, a lot of money, but for me, if Superman does come in, as you said yourself, I would like to see maybe rotation first to see how they adapt because Marino, I do like him, but he's not kind of ticked in the team just yet.
Yeah. I mean, Marino's definitely not hit the ground running, has he? But he's had a couple of injuries as well, which
yeah. So he's done well when he's going to be called upon, in my eyes. Marino, but he's not quite lived to the billion fully.
Yeah. And what did you think about the Cavillo at centre back and Timber at right back?
I wish he played this against Aston Villa just to take a risk. You know, I know he didn't want to lose because I know we didn't lose against Villa, but I wish he took this risk against Aston Villa more or less. You know, the same kind of rotation. I wish he did this on Saturday going by, not against Villa, but against Zagreb. In all respect to them, he did the right thing eventually.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure against Villa if it would have actually worked, because obviously you got the whole back line, 3 left footers. Probably a little bit too much for it, but yeah, it is what it is, I guess. Again, so yeah, we have to kind of deal with that, I suppose. But yeah, it was something that maybe should have been thought about for Villa, but I'm not really convinced that that would have worked either.
Yeah. It wasn't pretty to be in the stadium, as you know. We led by 2-0, and then we just were the unlucky, call of a handball, which I don't know how that's handball there now.
Which one are you talking about?
Sorry, the Villa game when the referee said Kai Havertz, about Marino shot the ball, Marino shot towards goal, and then they had Havertz there, and they said it's a handball.
Well, it wasn't that arm; it was the other arm, wasn't it?
Yeah, so they're saying handball there. That's what I'm confused. How's it handball there?
It was on his forearm. It was on his other arm, but that's the rules' fault essentially, because basically an attacker does that and it's immediately ruled out, but a defender can basically bat a ball away and it's perfectly fine. So I don't really understand that, but there we go.
Confusing to say the least, to be honest.
Yeah, it's that's the rules' fault, but yeah, the ball was bashed at him. He tried to turn it around. It's handball. Me, to be honest,
we'll take it. We'll move on. What can I say?
Yeah, we can't really say anything about that one. I don't, in my opinion, anyway. But I thought you were on about the handball last night.
Does only watch the highlight, the BBC one? I don't remember which part actually.
Because BBC wouldn't have been on it anyway, because they don't highlight anything that's kind of they have to remotely talk about. But there was a handball last night from the defender, and it was more of a handball than the flick up that we had against Inter that was a penalty.
Yeah, I didn't see that one. The highlight show. I mean, don't mean to cut you up. I didn't see this specific moment on the BBC thing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that I'd want it as a handball, but I'm saying if you're using the Inter one as a baseline for handball, then that's handball. That's what I'm saying. I don't think either should have been a handball at all. But if you're basing on the handball that we gave, then I think it's handball. If you're comparing apples with apples,
yeah, apples and pears. I hear what you mean.
Yeah. But yeah. So what did you think of the rest of the lineup? Obviously, Zinchenko started on the left. What did you make of that?
I personally, again, I know my son be anti-Rai at the moment. Even though I love Rai so much, but I wish he played Neto for once. Just played Neto. He can play now in the Champions League. Why not play Neto for like 1 or 2 games?
I mean, that for me screams that he didn't want him, and he didn't sign him, and he didn't. He's just gone, well, why bother? He's not going to keep him anyway.
Yeah, the League Cup is already over and done with, as you know, because I was there as well. So the League Cup is already over. So.
Well, I mean, it's not over, but it's not.
My bad, not League Cup. Excuse me, FA Cup. My bad.
The
FA Cup, excuse me.
The League Cup, we're 2-0 down, but obviously, it's not looking great going to overturn that at St James's Park. But it's still there. I mean, we work on penalties, and we beat them 2-0, then there's still a chance. So
yeah. I mean, they lost 4-1 the other day against the Cherries.
Bournemouth, wasn't it? Yeah. So I mean,
one of the local teams on the other side of where you live.
Yeah, I would say that they didn't play the same way against Bournemouth as they play against us.
Surprisingly not.
No, so they didn't really sit back, soak it up, and then play on counter, did they? But that is what it is as well, isn't it? But yeah, I thought Zinchenko was he had a decent game as well, to be honest. I don't think he did anything particularly wrong.
Yeah, I mean, I wish we can see him in midfield more because I think as a midfield, it'd be more efficient for us rather than just a defender.
Mm, yeah, I mean, we saw Tierney come on at like a left wing position against Villa as well, didn't we? So, potentially he could do that. He could actually invert in there, but he's not going to do it when there's three left footers on the field. I wouldn't have thought.
See, one thing you say as well. I mean, as much as I do Martinelli too, I think Martinelli needs to learn lessons from Barcola. That guy who plays, I think for who does
PSG.
PSG. Pardon me. Yeah, the way he played was so good. I mean, that's what Martinelli needs to do. Just look up. Just look up. Nothing else. Just look up. He does everything great, Martinelli. But he just needs to look up. Every time in the game, I was just screaming, "Please, Martinelli, just look up, mate. Look up."
Well, this has always been kind of another one that's it's always been dubbed as, yeah, you need to look up, you need to whatever. But he did start he did start doing that.
No, so yes, he looked good. He looked more ready.
Yeah, so this is another one rumored that Zinchenko might leave in January. I would have thought him going in January is probably the only way we're actually going to get a decent fee for him, any kind of decent fee. But I don't know. I mean, the fact that Tierney's going in the summer as well,
Then
then don't we need another left back again? So why would we? I don't really understand why we'd let Zinchenko go January, unless we're looking at another one, which seems a little bit odd as well.
very odd. Like confusing, but very odd as well.
So yeah, but welcome in, Callum. How are we? How are we doing? Hope we're all good. But yeah, Sterling, what did you make of his performance?
From also, he's kind of getting to the side of it, but he just does too much. How to say he runs with the ball, but doesn't run at people anymore. I noticed that he's just stopped, which is sad.
Yeah,
I saw in the Villa game, he did everything so well again. He just does in, out. So I know it's going to sound wrong. In, out, in. Then don't take them on. He does all the fancy footwork. But then Sterling, you need to. I mean, he's not that old. The 30 years old. You can surely take people on. You know, do Trossard. Trossard, I'm sorry, works more harder than Sterling at the moment, in my eyes. And
yeah. I mean, I don't think the actual trying is a problem. I think it's his actual brain working out what he needs to do. I think is the real issue at the moment. But
yeah,
I don't think the effort is that bad. You know when Jesus was coming back and it was like he's on a gold route and he's this, that, and the other. I think that he was still doing the right things, even though he was not actually scoring.
agreed.
And
Agreed.
but so for the most part, I would say that anyway. But because he's desperate for a goal, he would shoot when he should have passed, and pass when he should have shoot. Does that make sense?
100%, it makes sense. I've seen it myself when I saw a couple of games. I think he played in the Shakhtar game as well, which I was there as well.
Yeah. So I think that there are similarities there
Yeah,
to what Sterling is doing. He's a confidence player. So is Havertz, and so is Jesus. So I think they're very kind of similar in that kind of fashion. That's that they do the similar sort of things.
we'll keep things simple. Keep things as we said before together in our previous podcast we did quite a while back. Keep things simple, and they'll come straight to you. It's not that difficult. Hopefully not.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Again, obviously, it's easy to say when we're not under pressure, and he's got that pressure on his shoulders, and he's trying to, kind of implement something on the field. So that'd be my only real defense of that. But I don't think it was overly bad last night. I saw a certain review make him a 4, and I didn't see him being that bad, to be honest. I'd have put him somewhere between a 5 and a 6, somewhere there. I think he got a bit unlucky because I think that I can't remember who the centre back was that was coming out to the left back. He caught him in the face with his fingers, and he went down like he'd been punched in the face. You know, it was that they started doing that quite a bit, didn't they, last night, Dinamo? But the ref started giving it, and then eventually just kind of went, right, okay, enough now. So yeah. But yeah, overall, the performance from the team, were you happy with it? What
I think it was very professional. Like we had one booking. Well, one booking would be it. I think if I'm correct, we had a clean sheet, which is always very nice. What I like about our team now is you might have suffered like a boxer, a lot of blows, and but it's how you rise above these bad times and makes you stronger. So we have this capability now to rise back up to the top, which is nice to have. This feel good factor in the squad. Yes, we love to complain as Arsenal fans outside of you. To be humble, as unlike someone, as we know what happened the other day to him as well. But at least we're humble. Yeah, I think he made a good point there again, Callum.
Yeah, exactly. I think Callum's right. I think
Yeah.
I don't. Well, we haven't seen much of Sterling anyway, so
No, we have not.
that's yeah, that's due to fitness and whatever, and breaking through, and obviously Nwaneri being in the picture. So yeah.
Well, good to have him back. I mean, I know he's young, no pressure, but I'm glad he's back as quick as he is back on the squad.
Yeah,
he's got good football brain, Nwaneri, in my opinion.
Yeah, for sure. I think he's got that technical ability, and he's got no fear as well at the minute.
No fear is the right word, because I remember in the summer training thing in America, I think about correct, he said to Odegaard in some interview, "I model my game to you." And I almost felt like crying myself, like, because I told this to someone similarly, and the way he said to Odegaard, "I play my game based on your what you've done. I bet you raise the bar.
Yeah,
I follow it," which is nice to see now. To have
but that is a whole kind of team ethic, isn't it? And I don't know if you saw Odegaard's interview after the game. That he did
see it. Sorry, but go on.
Yeah, so he was basically going on, and basically he was asked by Kieran what type of captain you are. He is, and he said, well, I want to raise the bar myself, and then everybody kind of follows, and you can kind of see that in him. He's been off that for the last 3 or 4, 5, maybe 6 games. But I think that's starting to come back as well.
Yeah, understandable. My only complaint to you, Spark, is how Arteta sadly, I know it's a young bench, but at the same time, on Saturday, being in a football stadium as ours, he made only one change, and really that kind of pissed me off. Why would you make one change in the entire game when you got the game to try and win it, rather than to just draw it or lose it? He made one substitution on Saturday against Villa. I'm just very disappointed on that,
I think he didn't necessarily trust the bench, did he? I think that's obviously what was happening.
Yeah, that's another good point you made. I guess trust is a big word these days in life, as in life, as we know.
Unfortunately, having 1 point is obviously better than having 0. So
yeah, very true.
At the end of the day, we take 4 points, and it could have been 3, couldn't it? So
But has it been 3? Yes, you're right. And because I know, again, Partey didn't have his few best games. He threw the throw straight at Watkins. I said, Partey, wrong team, mate.
Yeah, I don't understand a lot of the time as well where the throws are taking so long, and I've seen loads of foul throws as well, and I don't know if it's just me. I don't know if it's just me that sees it, but I see loads of them, and I only ever seen ours like changed over, that turned over, and they give the throw the other way. So I don't really understand.
Yeah, we need to be more. Say I see you, just need to throw it at you, not like just be like what to give. There's just someone attacking, you know.
Well, you've obviously seen what he tries to do, right? So they obviously try and draw the defenders into a certain space. Ødegaard goes long, and then he's got the space in front of him. The defenders are behind him, and he can play a ball in.
Yeah, like just caught the defense open like he did, I think, last year against Chelsea, if I'm correct. I was there with Liam and whatnot. So yeah.
Yeah, so I think that's what's happening. So obviously it's not a ruse, but it's like to get the motion in a certain pattern to basically beat the defense. So but again, surely there has to be more than one methodology to a throw in. It seems like there's only one way of doing it, and if that doesn't work, then we take forever until it turns over. So
we need a Rory Delap coach for that department, I think.
You know what, right? And we don't need Delap, but Ironer, right? For Forest, right? Can you imagine if he played for us?
Yeah, look, I think if I'm correct, I've seen a few games where he does this some weird but efficient throwing, and they're really deadly as well. I think.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. He literally does like a looping one where it's almost like one of Rice's corners, where it kind of I don't know how he does it. It's ridiculous. It actually curves in the air, but sometimes it goes. There's one that goes up and over, and there's another one that kind of swerves about, and then another one that just projectiles straight.
I'll check it now. I'll talk to you as well. Check it out, just like a little glimpse of it as well.
Absolute craziness. But if he played for us, it'd be like a mortal sin. I'm sure of it. But yeah, if he played for us, but yeah, good player. I like his throws as well.
It's called Ironer, right?
Ironer, yeah, the right back for Forest.
My God.
Yeah, so he's got a right old throw on him. But yeah, it's fun. So yeah, what do you make of Martinelli's performance last night?
Well, he made the first two goals, if I'm correct. He made what's it called? The Havertz goal was very clever. The way he waited for him just to meet that, tipping point. I think the first goal always seemed that he made it himself. Yeah, so yeah, what's it called? That one as well. He made Rice's goal technical. It was like a looping thing, and Havertz technically just said to Rice, "Here's yours, man. Take it." But when they look more,
he could have had another 2 assists last night quite easily.
Yeah,
there was the Rice one that basically he that was from Ethan.
Yeah,
that he should have put away. Havertz was the one from Martinelli that he should have put away. I think there was another one as well, but yeah, he could have had about 3 or 4 assists last night. But I thought the energy he had and his end product was actually on point last night.
Yeah, for me, it came out on the thing, even though certain media group didn't talk much about him being the center point of the stage, was sadly knowing this certain media outlet just doesn't give Arsenal credit at all. So you know what, you enjoy the game, the highlights at least as a football fan, Arsenal fan, bear in mind what they say. Yeah, that's very true.
So as Callum says, I think Rice was probably our best player. Martinelli was probably our second best player. Definitely most creative. Rice could have been better. That'd be my only criticism of Rice, would be that he could at least have got another goal.
Yeah, he did say, didn't he? After, I think he said that after somewhere. He kind of said he wanted another one.
Yeah, he should have scored, really.
Yeah, and it was easy to score the second one than the first one, if I'm correct.
Yeah, more or less. I mean, he got the keeper going the wrong way, and he I mean, it should at least have been on target for me. But you know, obviously you go out 3. We're being fussy now, but yeah, you go out there 3-0 winners. You can't really complain. Was there any time when you thought Dinamo were going to get back into it?
If I'm correctly speaking, from what I heard in some online sources, apparently we had some little few moments in the game that we could have let them in. But from us, so is everyone looked a bit more steady compared to what we did on Saturday. You know, which I know Saturday is another game now, but against these lot, not that we're easy on paper, but also we couldn't take it for granted because you never know, one little blip, and then. But we
Yeah,
won, so
yeah. I mean, there was stages like I think coming up to like 40 minutes, maybe a little bit earlier, we seemed to drop off and seemed to let them, do what they were doing, and yeah, it just kind of gotten back up ahead of steam, and the second half when we come out the second half, I don't know what the hell we were doing, to be honest. It was like there was no control in the game. We were just letting them just do whatever they wanted to do, and yeah, it was a little bit bizarre for me, to be honest.
I heard as well, if I'm correctly speaking, but the fans acted a bit very badly, as we know, typical bunch. Because where I'm from, they're near where I'm from, and they're not very good fans. I heard as well some of the fans sat in their home end, which is unheard of.
Well, it is not unheard of. I mean, it hardly ever gets reported. I mean,
From our side, yeah, from our side of view, yeah.
yeah. I mean, I don't agree with the throwing of pint pots and whatever. That's just it's just not necessary as far as I'm concerned. But yeah, yeah, I don't exactly know what was going on there, but apparently it was allowed. I don't know how it's allowed, but apparently it is. But yeah, so this is looking at this is obviously going on about Rice. He looked fuming himself when he missed the second one. Yeah, he did look angry, and then he tried to look back as though as though there was something wrong with the ball. I think the ball, not the ball. But then he kind of went, yeah, no, it was me.
We went berserk. He went berserk, basically. From us on the highlights, he just went like, "What the?" We can't swear fully, but what the? That's what was that,
yeah, exactly, yeah. So, but yeah, and then the other point he makes, Kivio and Timber had slightly shaky individual moments, but otherwise didn't feel like they had any kind of moment in attack. Yeah, they didn't have any momentum, but it doesn't matter, does it? When you're only one goal up and you don't capitalize on the second or the third in the first half, then you're always going to be in that situation where potentially, you're going to be, essentially worried about them catching you on a break. And they did have one, I think maybe two particularly decent attacks, even though the shots were terrible. No, I don't think Raya really had anything to do. So, that was perfectly fine. But yeah, the Kivio turn into trouble when he turned the wrong way and could have potentially cost us a goal. And then Timber did the same thing.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah.
Timber can forgive, but I guess Kivio probably was just shaky and with a stage fright or stage.
Well, I actually forgive Kivio more than Timber.
Fair enough.
And that's only because at least Timber went with at least Kivio went with a stronger foot. So Kivio did the turn and brought it on his left foot. Timber did the turn with his weaker foot and then tried to get through it.
See, you say that I agree again, but even though I didn't watch all the game, but I just think Myers as well. Arteta needs to stop playing Partey right back. That's my only gripe at the moment. Why did you play?
Well, I mean, he mentioned that in his press conference, and he's gone, well, I haven't got another right back. What am I supposed to do? And it's a fair point.
He doesn't have, but don't put your most experienced player in right back. Put someone else at least. Put
Who?
Rice there. I'll say put Rice. That's what I said last time on my podcast. Put Declan Rice in there.
But then you're taking away the attacking threat, surely.
Yeah, but also defensive against Villa. Villa at home, they're not very easy to handle, as we know in our previous history with them.
Yeah, but I mean, do we even score the 2 goals if he's not there?
Well, about that. I was there. I'm cold. I was feeling cold as well.
He was freezing.
It was, and I had to wear a lot of layers, including this shirt with everything on top of it. Well,
Yeah.
even. I was
Yeah.
literally like, buckle up, mate. In America, they say, buckle up. I'm like, oh my God. I
Yeah.
was up a tier. At least I was up a tier because,
Yeah.
Ian gave me stickers. I was literally up a tier, the
Yeah.
very, very top. I was like, oh my good gracious God. Love his seat, but we're very up. He's like, almost second from top. I want to say, Ian, bro, thank you so much for your ticket. I bought from him, but
Yeah, not that high, please.
hey, you're still nice though. It was still nice, despite the result. But hey,
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, and so obviously we ended up 3-0. It seemed quite comfortable in the end, really. I don't think they really offered anything attacking wise. We kind of, soaked up the bit of pressure that they did kind of force. And
fourth manager in the space of one season. I heard Cannavaro was their fourth manager of the season. Bloody hell!
what for Dinamo?
Yes,
Oh,
fourth
was it?
manager. Yeah, Cannavaro just took over 2 weeks ago.
I didn't know that.
Well, I'll bring it up to you now. 4 managers in space of one season. Like, for goodness sake.
That's quite mad.
And then we complain about Arteta's. I know I'm complaining. I'll take my words back. We complain about Arteta.
Yeah,
But Dinamo's had 4 managers in one season, for goodness sake.
that is mad. That really is mad.
And I saw his hair as well. I thought he had some hair transplant, but I kind of wanted him look really like sharp, shaven. Like, I think, man, he means the business now, this guy already. Wow.
Yeah, he combed his hair and everything, didn't he?
Yeah, and then he regrew it back.
Yeah. But yeah, that obviously puts us third in the table now behind.
Yeah, I saw the stats. What could be, what could not be. I was like, oh God, please just want to get Giro not away, please, next Wednesday.
Yeah, so we've obviously got Girona. Wednesday is going to be manic, isn't it? Because it's obviously every single.
I'm sorry. Yeah, everything's gonna be played the same day. All the last game will be played the same day as well.
Same time, all the same
time. It's gonna be a dramatic, theater or something. God knows what it's gonna be next Wednesday. At least I'm off. I'm off next Wednesday, thankfully.
Yeah, it's going to be a bit crazy to be honest. Yeah, it's a bit tricky to get in. I want to go to Girona actually, but
same. But how do we go away? I want to go to an away game as well for the first time.
Oh, you can get into away games. I can get you to away games, but getting to that was 65 plus, and we got 550 tickets.
Oh.
So yeah, getting to Girona is just a bit mad, but yeah, it is what it is.
I'll watch it from home. I think I'll watch it from home this time.
Yeah, I think you're gonna have to be honest, just like I am.
Yeah, next week I've got a busy week, and I've got some family coming over, so I need to help her some bits. So I'll just be like manic next week as well.
Yeah, isn't it Girona that City Group own? Is it Girona? I think it is Girona.
I think so.
I think it is.
Maybe I need to check this out. But I don't know where located in Spain. Is it north of Spain, south of Spain, east of Spain, west of Spain?
Pass.
Okay.
Pass.
Hey, ask the audience.
I can't help you with that one. Yeah. If anybody wants to Google it, feel free.
I'm doing it now. I thought kind of be quicker than me. Well, check now. Girona FC. What it says where they're based.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if you're on Google right now. I am, but I'm just can't bother to type. But there we go.
Is in the side of Barcelona, basically.
Oh, okay. Fine.
So it won't be too bad, from here to Paris, to Barcelona, Catalonia.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I don't ever see them, kind of taking over the the Barcelona faithful and them going to support Girona, to be honest. But there we go.
Yeah, that game was mad as well against who did they play now? Who did they play? Oh, that's it, Benfica. They played Benfica. That was a tough old game for Benfica.
5-4.
Crazy game, but
It's a bit mad. As mad as the City game last night. Yeah, did you see that?
well, that one I definitely saw a keen interest. The highlights more. I mean, I'm a big Barcelona fan, but Man City, yeah. I mean, they played really well, until they were leading 2-0, and then then they went downhill from there.
Did you see that nutmeg on Silva? That was quite.
I saw a little dance with the ball, whoever the guy was. I forgot his name, but
Yeah, I can't remember his name now, but yeah, he just did a bit of a jig, didn't he? And then sat him on his ass. It was quite funny. But yeah, that's fair enough. So yeah, third in the group. Liverpool are first. I mean, that's it. We're top 8 now, aren't we? Surely more, barring any kind of ridiculous, football odd action.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of Terry Fleur's one. That is the football gods exist. I've probably cursed us now, but there we go. But we have to be all but qualified now, top 8.
You can say that as well. Me, I'm trying to fight this love of sports. F1. Lewis Hamilton's going to Ferrari, and McLaren won the first title in 26 years. I'm like, bloody hell, man.
Yeah. I mean,
a lot has happened since we last spoke with you.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, but obviously we can get onto that. It's we've got still got quite a lot to kind of cover. So yeah, we better stay on that rather than go on to Formula One. I would have thought.
Yeah, podcast of F1. So you'll be the first one to jump in with me. I'll take you on board with the F1 one.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, for sure. For sure.
But what the McLaren? Finally, they beat that little hurdle. Even though I'm a Ferrari fan, but I still like McLaren very much. So
yeah, exactly. But yeah. Salim basically causing all sorts of dramas as usual, but there we go. But yeah, so we should be qualified. What do you make of the format before we go to the onto other subjects?
To stay on topic without diverting myself, to anything like a shortcut or diversion, sorry, Roblox. I'm not gonna lie, I was not a fan of it first time of asking. I was not really a fan of it. I think I said to you in person as well. I'm not really a fan of the design even as well, but I realized interesting. I mean, it's thrown some surprises there, but it's interesting to say the very least.
Yeah, I mean, my biggest problem with it is that people, the teams that have basically had to go all out to be top of the table, have now got potential to meet Real Madrid.
Ooh.
And it's like, you set it all out, all right, to be entertaining. And yeah, I said it to a few Liverpool fans, and it was an actual Liverpool post I saw this morning that basically pointed out it's Bayern Munich, Real Madrid, Man City, or I don't know. I think was it Dortmund? I don't know whether
Dortmund are pretty down. Man City are pretty much, if they don't win, they're already gone because that team will beat them, as we know. They're lagged.
Yeah.
PSG was like, hello.
Yeah. So they can basically still get a ridiculously hard team, even though they finished top of the league.
Wow.
And I don't think they really realise that. And all right, you're going to miss the playoff games, but you're still going to get the you can still play
the dramatic bunch.
And for me, that's why I think it's wrong.
It is. It's very messy, really.
Yeah.
Before it was fun because you had the top two, and then the top two the first one faces the second team in the second group, and then vice versa. Kind of made sense. Now it's just a thing.
Well, I can't work it out half the time.
My head hurts when I think about it as well.
Yeah, it is. It's trying to. Yeah,
it's a bit like cluster fudge, the cluster fudge as we say in English now.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
The fudge, fudge cake.
Yeah, I got it.
I do like a good fudge cake sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Family friendly, I promise you. I won't swear now.
Yeah, indeed.
Weak mentality. Remember last season when I said
Yeah,
Montgomery?
weak
Weak
mentality.
mentality.
We always get. I mean, there was. I don't know if you've seen the article from the Independent. I believe it was.
I have not, no.
Basically, where they say that's that Liverpool have skipped a couple of games. You know, because of all their hard work that they've put in, and this, that, and the other, and the same outlet have basically said that the format has helped Arsenal get through to the last 8.
This is Independent. Are they serious? So you're
Yeah,
telling me Forest got 4 points out of Liverpool? Lille game, kind of tricky game. I heard the other day as well.
yeah. So it's a bit it's a bit convoluted to say the least. But there we go.
Typical fudge cake British media. That's what I've been
Yeah.
here 25 years now.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
25 years in the country, Sparks, as you know. So I've seen it all, heard it all.
Yeah.
Nothing gets past me anymore.
And
As you know, I became a man in this country. I came from a wee lad. I was going to Scotland, a wee lad to a big man.
Yeah, fair enough. And the transfer window, then let's briefly cover over that. Let's see what you're thinking with that. Do you think we're going to get anybody? Do you think we're done? Do you think we're not done? Not even started?
I would say realistically speaking, maybe one would be great because I saw the Sporting game. I think the other team we played the other day. Both Sesko and Gokares scored.
Yeah.
I'm like, who do I take? Sesko, Gokares. I think Gokares would just edge it because he's more of a natural born finisher in my eyes. I think.
Yeah.
If we get him, maybe this window.
Yeah, I mean, I think Gyökeres is the easier one because he actually has a release clause right now.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Šeško or Chesko, as whatever he's called.
Either way, yes, that's the thing.
Yeah,
Cunha looks the real deal as well. If we get Cunha, that'll be amazing. If we get Cunha.
See, I think we need a Chesko, or Gyökeres and Acuna.
Yeah, that's a 1 or 2, but 1 would be great. 2.
I mean, you're not going to get both this window. I'm not saying that, but I'm just.
Yeah.
I think the team needs. I think it really needs them both. But whether we get one, both, or any really is kind of anybody's guess right now, right?
Pretty much. We as fans, as Arsenal fans, to emphasize, they must sit on the fence of who do we take from that.
Yeah, I mean, I think that there were Juventus were trying to kind of lay off Vlahovic, but I think they were trying to lay him off to get enough money for a replacement for Vlahovic, which by all accounts would be Šeško anyway.
Yeah, because if say we get Vlahovic, even where I'm from is, without being political, I won't mind him play for our team. It's much like Mitrovic, but I don't know if Vlahovic is more of a bit of a. He looks he's got a bit of a hot head. I mean, I know Mitrovic had it, but now he's going to Saudi. But I think Vlahovic from I see sometimes he looks a bit like a hot head that would not suit him, the league that well to him,
I mean, Cunha tried to elbow a coach in the face and take his glasses off. So
could be worse. So that's Brazilians. That's Brazilians for you,
Yeah, same, really, isn't it? Yeah. It's a bit of a random kind of occasion for them, but yeah, it's fair enough, isn't it? But yeah. So, do you actually see us getting anybody though? Is it?
Someone possibly might come, but the question with Arsenal is, we leave it all last minute. That's the only problem. We leave it all the time last minute. It's like, why last minute? Just, who you want. Just, so make the release clause. Released, if that makes sense for some people, Release the release clause.
I mean,
release.
I'm not entirely sure that the guys they're going after have actually got release clauses, but I know Sesko has got one, but I thought he was only active in the summer. I might be completely wrong with that.
Also, as well, why do we get release clause in Smith Rowe? Because Smith Rowe been a great even a striker. I've not said to people, we could have played him as a striker in some of the games we had gone by.
Was what Smith Rowe as a striker?
Well, if we had a really close, I would have liked to see Smith Rowe play like in front of that, midfield, because I know he's got a good eye for a good goal, Smith Rowe, when he had the chance. But hey, it is what it is now.
Yeah, well, that's kind of an advanced state, isn't it? But
yeah,
he was never going to fit there, really, was he? Because obviously he's got his idea is to put Rice there, isn't it? Clearly.
Yeah.
So, so you got Rice and Marino that do that now, haven't you?
I guess so. We can't look back now on Smith Rowe saying thank you very much for your time in Arsenal.
Yeah.
He's moved on to somewhere else. I'm gonna try and go to the Fulham game if I'm able to at home, because I'm off on that Tuesday,
Sure.
1st of April. But anything, I keep you up to date. Next few games.
Yeah, blooming expensive to go Fulham now, isn't it?
Well, yeah, even at home. That's what I'm saying. It's home 1st of April. April Fool's Day, funny enough, is a Tuesday. I'll check it out.
Yeah, you don't want to play Fulham on April Fool's Day.
I'm going to see the ladies next. I'm going to see the ladies 16th Feb, which is 12:30 kickoff. Very early.
Yeah, fair enough. So yeah, it'd be nice to get one in, wouldn't it? Just kind of, take a bit of pressure off Havertz and that. Have another
I mean, he's scored 15, 16 goals already, which is not a bad return for a second season.
Yeah, I don't mind Havertz, but he needs help. He's like, for me, it's like Giroud. When we had Giroud, it was like he's decent. He was underrated for me anyway. Had to do everything all on his own.
He was never bad goals. Sorry if I cut you off, but his goals were never bad goals. They're never boring, especially like scorpion kick as well.
Yeah, I always kind of considered him the opposite of Lukaku when they were both playing at the same sort of time.
Yeah.
Whereas Lukaku did the technical stuff, the dribbling and the running and whatever. Giroud just had the touch rather than the pace and the run. He had the layoff.
Yeah, we know about the FA Cup finals very well.
Yeah, exactly. So, but I still think he was underrated, even by Arsenal fans, to be honest.
I agree with you. We scored 100 goals in very small space of time.
Yeah.
People got injuries. Giroud didn't have injuries. Giroud just lacked a bit of confidence in some of them. When you had that 12-game no-scoring run in that, Leicester City title winning thing. But magic does happen in Premier League, as you know, and it happened that season.
Yeah, for sure. And obviously, we're coming up to the Wolves game on Saturday. What do you see happening there?
Well, I want Cooney to go hiding as much as he wants.
So if Kuhn is not selected,
we know why. No?
Yeah, we know why, right?
We know why. He knows we have Brazil in our squad. We know we have Brazil in our history.
But do we actually think that's going to happen?
Might. Everything's possible. We've done that with Ozil.
You really are holding out for it.
I mean, I don't know, like what's the word? Not fabricate stuff, Sparks. I'll maybe manifest it. I don't know. I'll manifest it for you.
Manifest it, yeah.
I'll do like this.
Okay, I'll buy that for $1. I'll buy the manifesting for $1.
Even though I'm not drinking at the moment, buy you a drink or whatever next time we see each other.
I mean, I don't have to manifest for anything for that. That's
You are my magic potion. That's my true juice coming out again.
Indeed. So yeah, and how do you think the game will go? Do you got a prediction for the game?
I think it was the same as last season. Remember last season, everyone said, "Oh, we're going to go against Wolves. We're going to have Arsenal have a bad game." My God, when they tried to write us off, we always up for a fight. So I think knowing Wolves, I mean, their manager, I know for a fact, he's having a bit of a up and down time. I know Gary O'Neill is gone now. Sorry, for me, I thought we're playing Bournemouth. I don't know why my head was saying we're playing Bournemouth again.
No.
Yeah, maybe I've got too much of Bournemouth here. Yeah, the Bournemouth game didn't help me as well. I think it was like maybe 3-4 weeks after my birthday, which I wasn't very happy about.
Yeah.
But as you know, move on from that. We have to erase, control, alt, delete, erase, reset.
Yeah, exactly.
I think we'll have a good game, but just we need to have our own. Sorry, have some hiccup and burp coming to us. It's all nice on camera. I hope we just turn up and we're up for a fight. Again, that's what I'm saying, especially in an away game, cold conditions up in Birmingham. So yeah. Let's just do our thing. Prediction. Let me think. Last year was 2-0. God, 3-1.
Yeah, I'd say a 3-1, but I'd be happy with a 2-0, to be honest.
Yeah, I would have thought the same thing. See, similar.
Obviously need to keep a clean sheet as well. So try and keep a little bit of pressure on Liverpool. What do you think we are with the title now? Do you think that's gone? Do you think that's we think we're still in with that, or what do you think?
I think we're still in there because bear in mind it's one of the technically we've passed mid-season now. We're in late January. Liverpool will drop points, as we know. They're bound to drop points, so they still will. There's still a lot of games to play. Yes, we got a game in hand. Yes, we have to play in that place. As you know, history speaking, as you know, back in '89, I was 3 months old when we won the title, and I got the shirt somewhere, the yellow one, and I just bought it as well, the yellow away one.
Yeah,
that's my little baby brain screaming, "Oh my god!" I was 3 months old when Arsenal won the title in '89, so I was like, well, I don't know what else to say, man. I'll be chasing dreams now if I keep saying to you all this potential stuff could happen.
No, I'm just trying to see where your head's at. Whether you just kind of
still believe. I still believe
it or whatever. But
hey, still Arteta in, though, not Arteta out just yet.
I mean, I don't. For me, I think that there's more to it than that. Anyway, I don't think that the board or Edu or whatever have supplied the full means to Arteta yet. Anyway.
Not fully, no, not fully. And he just left Edu the way he left, like a little baby, sadly. But hey.
Well, I have a theory about that, but I'll need to speak to you about it. Not on air because it's kind of a conspiracy, not a conspiracy theory, but it's a theory.
Of a conspiracy.
No, it's not conspiracy as such.
Something misdemeanor. There's some misdemeanor.
No, nothing like that. It's just a bit out there, and yeah, people might think I'm an alien or something. But I mean, yeah, it's not that bad. It's not that deep, but it's just yeah.
It is what it is, man.
I think there's a little bit more to it than what meets the eye, if you know what I mean.
I hear that. That one I understand now where you're coming from.
That's all I'll say. So but yeah, I think the boards have got to step things up, and if the accounts of anything to go by,
yeah,
we potentially compose a profit for the first time since 2018, and we've pushed up the rankings to 7th in the Money League. So it's getting to the point where now they need to be under pressure to actually spend the money, back the team, and not let it kind of fester like they did with when it was the old board and Wenger and whatever, and use them as a mouthpiece and whatever. I think it needs to now get to the point where they need to put the money where the mouth is, and they need to finish a job. And when they do that, and if Arteta still fails, then there'll be serious questions to answer. But but at this moment in time, I don't think that they have fully supported, and that's just my opinion. People here might completely disagree with me, but that's my opinion.
Well, we can agree to disagree. Such is life, right?
Well, do you think he's been fully supported?
Not fully.
Yeah.
He's playing black and white as I'm wearing a black and white. Not fully. It might as well not been back fully.
Yeah. But
he's been backed, as we know. He's been backed, but not fully.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Say like when he needs Declan Rice, Arteta did the most. I'm sure for the most utmost hardest work as a manager to get Rice. So then why do you get a striker? Like from that moment, but we didn't know back then that we need them, and we sold them on and so on.
Yeah, I mean, from that point though, I mean, I had that the conversation with Liam. It's probably 2 years, maybe 3 years previous to that.
Yeah,
and basically we're talking about whether it was Rice was going to either Chelsea or Man United or something like that,
or City.
Yeah, or City, and not one. Neither one of us basically went, well, he's going to end up at Arsenal.
No one knew, didn't they? No one, even I didn't know when I first met you as well.
Exactly. So
There
yeah,
you go. Look,
people forget it's not Arteta's job to make signings. His comments in press conferences really show he's expecting more from the club. Absolutely. I think he's now got to a point where he's going, I need some help now. You know,
get the hint. Yeah, there's a hint. As
yeah,
Callum just saying, look, get
I've
get
covered
the
it as
hint.
much as I can. I now need some help. So yeah, I completely agree. Completely agree.
Well, to put us now, where we're now in the banter years, you know, when I first met you yourself, and we're there, we're now, we're great on paper, we're great, but off the field, we need to do a bit more. Means the board
Yeah.
needs to start waking up.
But I do find, I mean, from my point of view anyway, a lot of the younger fans blame the manager as it's all his fault. Everything we don't make the signings, it's on Arteta. We don't do this, it's on Arteta. We don't do that, it's on Arteta. And it's just not the case.
No, it's not.
You know,
Unless they're being deluded. I'm not here to attack our fellow fans, but we're not being that deluded, meaning you to have an opinion. Like clearly, it's not always the manager's fault to make these signings. You know.
no, I completely agree. Completely agree. But yeah, so hopefully we get somebody,
Someone.
sometime soon.
Yeah. Is that a song someone used to know? That famous song.
I ain't singing. I'm not.
I'm not singing, but I love my music just as much as you do. I'm sure.
Nah. But yeah, I'd be foolish to think that anybody's watching this that's got any kind of influence whatsoever. But if you are watching, then
Join us and let's have an opinion. Let's have a discussion. No.
yeah, have a discussion. But in the meantime, sign somebody, please. But yeah. But there we go. Right, okay. We're gonna call it there anyway because yeah, it's quite been our introductory show, so we're not kind of back in the rhythm of things by the.
It's a start. As a start,
It's
man. I'm happy to
kind
help my days
yeah.
off to help you chip in and make a difference.
Yeah, so it's a little bit raw. We will have more content going forward, so have more obviously images and stuff like that to kind of show you, and so on and so forth. But in the meantime, Bez, thank you very much for being the guest.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, you're welcome anytime, my friend.
We
Anytime.
need Callum on the video next time, not just comments, okay?
I need what?
We need Callum on video next time, not just comments only.
I think Callum. I'm not sure Callum's at work, but I'm not sure. Yeah.
Next time.
Yeah, we will try and make it more. I was trying to make it see if everybody was kind of happy with 5:30 or whether people wanted to make it 7:30 or whatever.
I was. Hey, I was. I can do it myself. I can do it myself.
Yeah, so we can kind of, you know, when it's not quite so rushed, we can kind of come up with better times and whatever that suits everybody. So yeah. But there we go. Yeah, I've been Sparks as well. So I'd be loved having you along. If you're watching the channel, please make sure to like and subscribe, share it out to people, and hit that bell notification, and you'll see when we go live. We'll do another show probably on Tuesday. Not sure what time, but keep an eye on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, and we'll keep you posted on that one as well. But yeah, in the meantime, yeah, this is Footy Corner, and we'll see you next time. Good night.